Have you ever heard someone speak and thought, wow, they sound so smart? It's not because they use complicated grammar. It's because they know the right words. In this video, I'll show you 20 simple but powerful English words that can instantly make you sound more intelligent, confident, and fluent. Let's see how many of these you already use. The first word that instantly makes you sound smarter is nevertheless. It's a formal and elegant way to say but or however. For example, instead of saying, "It was raining, but we went out anyway," you can say, "It was raining, nevertheless we went out." Hear that? Just by changing one word, the whole sentence sounds more confident and fluent. Nevertheless is perfect when you want to show contrast between two ideas, like something unexpected happens, yet you continue. Here's another one. He failed twice. Nevertheless, he didn't give up. It sounds powerful, like a line from a motivational book. So next time you want to sound professional or thoughtful, replace but with nevertheless. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference in how you sound. The second word that can instantly make your English sound smarter is moreover. It's a more advanced way to say also or in addition. For example, instead of saying, "The movie was interesting and it was also funny," you can say, "The movie was interesting, moreover, it was funny." Sounds smoother, right? Moreover adds a layer of confidence to your speech. It's something you'd hear in professional discussions, essays, or interviews. Here's another example. She's an excellent teacher. Moreover, she truly cares about her students. It gives your sentence a natural flow and makes you sound organized and thoughtful. So whenever you're adding more information or continuing your point, use moreover instead of also. It's a simple word, but it makes your English sound polished and intelligent. The third word that makes you sound instantly smarter is intriguing. It's a classy alternative to the word interesting. Instead of saying, "That idea is interesting," you can say, "That idea is intriguing." It means something is so interesting that it grabs your attention. It makes you curious and makes you want to know more. For example, "The ending of that movie was intriguing. I didn't expect it at all." Or, "I find human behavior really intriguing." When you use intriguing, you don't just sound smarter, you sound more thoughtful and expressive. It shows that you're not just interested, you're deeply curious. So next time you want to compliment an idea, a story, or even a person's opinion, try saying, "That's intriguing." It's simple, elegant, and powerful. The fourth word that can instantly level up your English is consequently. It's a smarter way to say so or as a result. For example, instead of saying, "She didn't study, so she failed the test," you can say, "She didn't study, consequently, she failed the test." It sounds more formal and logical, the kind of word you'd use when explaining cause and effect clearly. Here's another example. He saved money for months. Consequently, he was able to buy his dream car. Consequently helps you sound structured and analytical. Perfect for presentations, essays, or even professional conversations. So whenever you want to connect two ideas where one action leads to another result, use consequently. It's a simple upgrade from so, but it makes your English sound mature and intelligent. The fifth word that makes your English sound smarter is perceive. It's a more advanced way to say see, notice, or understand. But here's the difference. When you perceive something, you don't just see it with your eyes. You understand it with your mind. For example, instead of saying, "I saw her as confident," you can say, "I perceived her as confident." Or, "People often perceive success differently." See the difference? The word perceive adds depth. It shows that you're talking about perspective or interpretation, not just physical sight. Using perceive makes your sentences sound more reflective and intelligent. It's the kind of word that shows you think deeply before you speak. So next time you want to talk about how you see or understand something, use perceive. It's thoughtful, it's smart, and it instantly elevates your English. The sixth word that instantly makes you sound emotionally intelligent and smart is empathy. It's not just a nice word, it's a powerful one. Empathy means the ability to understand and share someone else's feelings. It's different from sympathy. Sympathy is when you feel sorry for someone, but empathy is when you actually feel with them. You understand what they're going through. For example, she listened with empathy when her friend was upset. Or, a good leader shows empathy towards their team. When you use empathy in your speech, you don't just sound kind, you sound emotionally aware and mature. It's a word that shows depth, understanding, and genuine connection with others. So if you want to sound not only smart, but also emotionally wise, start using empathy. It's one of those words that changes how people perceive you and how you connect with them. The seventh word that makes your English and your mindset sound stronger is resilient. It means being able to recover quickly after difficulties or tough times. A resilient person doesn't give up when things go wrong. They bend, but they don't break. For example, after losing his job, he stayed positive and kept looking for new opportunities. He's truly resilient. Or, children are surprisingly resilient. They adapt faster than adults do. When you use resilient, you're describing strength. Not physical, but emotional and mental strength. It's a word that shows courage, endurance, and inner power. So instead of just saying, she's strong, say, she's resilient. It adds more meaning and shows that she's someone who can handle challenges and bounce back even stronger. The eighth word that makes you sound sharper and more thoughtful is cynical. It's a powerful word, but you need to use it carefully. Being cynical means you often doubt people's true intentions. A cynical person believes that people usually do things for selfish reasons, not out of kindness. For example, he's too cynical. He doesn't believe anyone helps others without expecting something in return. Or, some people become cynical after being disappointed too many times. It's not always negative. Sometimes being a little cynical means you're realistic and careful. You don't easily trust fake promises or empty words. Using cynical in your speech shows that you understand human behaviour deeply. It's a sign of emotional awareness and critical thinking. So next time someone says they don't trust something easily, you can say, "You're just being a bit cynical." And it'll sound perfectly natural and intelligent. The ninth word that can instantly make your English sound refined and powerful is eloquent. It's used to describe someone who speaks or writes in a clear, beautiful, and persuasive way. For example, the speaker was so eloquent that everyone in the room listened silently. Or, she wrote an eloquent letter that touched everyone's heart. When you call someone eloquent, you're saying they don't just use good words, they express ideas with emotion and clarity. It's more than just being fluent. It's about being impactful. Using eloquent shows that you notice good communication, that you value thoughtful speech and expression. So next time you hear someone speak beautifully, don't just say, "He's a good speaker." Say, "He's an eloquent speaker." It sounds intelligent, mature, and full of appreciation for language itself. The 10th word that makes you sound smart and grounded at the same time is pragmatic. It means being practical, focusing on what actually works instead of just talking about ideas or theories. A pragmatic person doesn't dream endlessly. They take action that makes sense in the real world. For example, she's a pragmatic leader. She focuses on solutions, not just problems. Or, instead of arguing, let's take a pragmatic approach and fix what we can. Using pragmatic shows maturity. It means you understand that life isn't always ideal. so you look for realistic answers. It's a great word to use in professional conversations, meetings, or even when giving advice. Because being pragmatic doesn't mean you don't dream. It means you dream smart and you act wisely. The 11th word that makes your English sound intelligent and reflective is notion. It simply means an idea, a belief, or a concept, but it sounds more thoughtful than just saying idea. For example, many people have the wrong notion of what success really means. Or, I like the notion that learning never truly ends. Using notion gives your sentences a calm, intellectual tone. It's not too formal, but it shows that you think deeply about concepts, not just surface-level thoughts. So instead of saying, I like that idea, you can say, I like that notion. It feels smoother, more balanced, and instantly makes your English sound more sophisticated. Try using notion when you're discussing beliefs, opinions, or abstract ideas. It's a small word that gives your speech a big lift. The 12th word that instantly makes your English sound strong and mature is inevitable. It means unavoidable, something that is certain to happen no matter what. For example, with all that hard work, her success was inevitable. Or, change is inevitable. You can't stop it, but you can adapt to it. This word adds a sense of truth and finality to what you're saying. When something is inevitable, it's beyond control. It's just bound to happen. Using inevitable makes your speech sound wise and grounded. It's a great word to use in deep conversations, motivational talks, or even storytelling. So instead of saying, it was going to happen anyway, try saying, it was inevitable. It's concise, powerful, and it makes your English sound naturally intelligent. The 13th word that makes your English sound analytical and mature is ambiguous. It means something that's not clear, something that can be understood in more than one way. For example, his answer was ambiguous. I couldn't tell if he agreed or not. Or, the ending of the movie was ambiguous. Everyone had a different interpretation. When you use ambiguous, you're showing that you notice details, that you think critically about meaning and clarity. It's the opposite of being direct. It describes things that are open to interpretation. This word is perfect for thoughtful discussions, essays, or when you want to describe uncertainty in a smart way. So instead of saying, that's not clear, try saying, that's ambiguous. It sounds precise, confident, and intelligent, just like a fluent English speaker. The 14th word that makes your English sound refined and professional is meticulous. It means being very careful and precise, paying attention to every little detail. For example, she's a meticulous designer. Every line and colour has a purpose. Or, he checked every document with meticulous care before signing. When you use meticulous, you're describing someone who doesn't rush, someone who takes pride in doing things perfectly. It's a great word to use in professional or academic settings when you want to compliment someone's careful work or describe your own attention to detail. So instead of saying, she's very careful, say, she's meticulous. It instantly sounds more intelligent and gives your English a confident, polished tone. The 15th word that makes your English sound thoughtful and mature is dilemma. A dilemma means a situation where you have to choose between two difficult options, and neither one is easy. For example, I was in a dilemma. Should I take the new job or stay where I am? Or, the teacher faced a dilemma. Be strict and lose popularity, or be kind and lose control. Using dilemma shows that you understand complexity, that sometimes there's no perfect choice. It's a great word for storytelling, discussions, or expressing real-life struggles. So instead of saying, I had a hard choice, try saying, I was in a dilemma. It sounds clear, intelligent, and instantly more natural in advanced English. The 16th word that makes your English sound intelligent and impressive is articulate. It means being able to express your thoughts and ideas clearly and effectively. For example, she's very articulate. She explains complex ideas in a simple way. Or, he wasn't nervous. He was calm and articulate during the interview. When you call someone articulate, you're complimenting their communication skills, not just their grammar or accent, but their clarity, confidence, and flow. It's a powerful word to describe good speakers, teachers, or leaders. And you can also use it for yourself, like, I'm working on becoming more articulate in English. Using articulate shows self-awareness and a strong command of language. It's one of those words that doesn't just make you sound smart, it actually describes being smart. The 17th word that instantly makes your English sound sharp and sophisticated is astute. It means being quick to notice things, understand situations, and make smart judgments. For example, she's an astute businesswoman. She notices opportunities before anyone else does. Or, that was an astute observation. You caught a detail most people miss. When you use astute, you're describing someone who's not just intelligent, but strategic. They don't just think, they see through things. It's a great word to use in professional or analytical discussions when you want to sound perceptive and aware. So instead of saying, he's really smart, you can say, he's astute. It's short, powerful, and shows a deeper level of intelligence, the kind that comes from awareness and insight. The 18th word that makes your English sound deep and meaningful is profound. It means something that has a strong, deep, or serious meaning or effect. For example, that speech had a profound impact on me. Or, he shared a profound truth about life that made everyone silent for a moment. When you use profound, you're talking about thoughts, experiences, or emotions that go beyond the surface, something that touches the mind and the heart. It's a word often used in books, TED Talks, and serious conversations because it carries weight. It tells the listener that what you're describing really matters. So instead of saying, that was really deep, you can say, that was profound. It's elegant, powerful, and instantly makes your English sound thoughtful and mature. The 19th word that makes your English sound analytical and smart is plausible. It means something that seems reasonable or believable, even if it's not proven yet. For example, that's a plausible explanation for why the project failed. Or, his story sounded plausible, but I still had my doubts. When you use plausible, you're showing that you can think critically, that you don't just accept things, but you judge whether they make sense. It's a great word to use in discussions, debates, or even storytelling. It helps you express ideas that might be true without saying they definitely are. So instead of saying, that could be true, try saying, that's plausible. It sounds professional, intelligent, and shows that you're a logical thinker. The 20th word, and one of my favorites, is scrutinize. It means to examine something very carefully or look at it in great detail. For example, the manager scrutinized every part of the report before approving it. Or, before buying a used car, always scrutinize the engine and documents. When you use scrutinize, it shows you're serious about accuracy and truth. You don't just glance at things, you analyze them. It's a strong, confident word. Perfect for professional, academic, or even personal situations where attention to detail matters. So instead of saying, I checked it carefully, you can say, I scrutinized it. It sounds powerful, precise, and gives your English that sharp, intelligent edge. So, there you have it. 20 words that can instantly make your English sound more intelligent, confident, and mature. But remember, sounding smart isn't about using big or complicated words. It's about choosing the right words and using them naturally. Because when your words are clear, your ideas shine brighter. Try picking just 2 or 3 of these words today and use them in your daily life. in a message, an email, or a short conversation. You'll be surprised how quickly your English starts to feel more fluent and expressive. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who's also on their English learning journey. This is Aiden from the Mindshift podcast, reminding you, language shapes how you think, and thinking better starts with speaking better. I'll see you in the next episode.